Hey guys, what's up? It's Isaac, and we're here with another best friend tag.
What?
Huh?
What? Definitely not what this is. This is a Q&A.
Couples Q&A. We have 7 questions prepared. They are couple-based questions. I asked you guys on my Instagram story. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
We're only doing 7 because there's a lot to talk about in these questions.
Yeah.
So.
What is your favorite song at the moment?
Peach by Kevin Abstract.
Good. Mine currently would be Polly by Nirvana.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We have different music tastes.
Yeah. Second question.
Nicknames for each other.
Yeah. I have lots.
I just...
Bubs.
Bubs, yeah. I don't...
Yeah.
He has a lot of nicknames for me. Some are really embarrassing.
I have Monkey, Munchkin, Tiger, Little Tiger.
There's a lot.
So every animal, basically.
Yeah.
No, literally.
And he literally the other day was like, "You're such monkey." I was like, "Why? Do I look like a monkey?"
No, I called her Monkey Face because monkeys are my favorite animal. So like,
and I was like, "That's kind of offensive because now I feel like I look like a monkey."
Well, I think monkeys are very cute. Third question: favorite thing about each other.
I have a lot. I feel like we answered this in
that one video.
What did we do?
Yeah, it was the girlfriend
tag. I don't think there's one thing I hate about him. Everything is like my favorite thing about him because he's perfect. So I think you're like one of my favorite things is like your humor because you're so funny and like always making me laugh. So I think that's.
I mean, there's a plethora of things for me. I think mine would probably, if I had just like pick one, how sweet she is. She's like genuinely like the sweetest person I've ever met before in my entire life, which was like the first thing I noticed about her. But yeah, no, she's very sweet and loving and unconditionally just like a very lovely person.
Thanks.
When was the first time you both realized you had feelings for each other?
Okay, you go first because yours is shorter.
Okay, so it was entirely different times. I had actually met her in Dancing with the Stars Junior. It was like brief, but
I feel bad because I literally don't remember it because also I met so many people during that time, so like
I met her, we had like a 20-minute conversation, but it like wasn't anything like memorable. We just like talked, but it was the first day that we worked together in Total Eclipse.
Yeah.
I didn't plan for it to be like that, but just like as I said, like I noticed right away like how genuine she was, and I was just like, I want. But at first she didn't like me at all.
No, like at the beginning, I didn't want to date anyone like at all. And you said the same thing. You were like you were just like not in the mood.
Right.
And because I literally just got out of a relationship. But I didn't like him at first, like, at all, no offense. Also because, like, I didn't really know him because we were just, like, on set, and it was kind of just, like, a friendly thing. We weren't, like, that close.
Yep.
And then I was hanging out at Sage's house. I was, like, staying at his house, and he was being really boring, and Isaac, was like, hey, do you want to go see a movie? And then I was like, yeah, I need to see what I'm doing. I think I'm busy, which I wasn't busy. I was just, like,
I got swerved.
Well, it's not that you were. I just was like, I don't want it to be awkward.
So essentially,
because I'm an awkward person, so whatever. But I was hanging out with Sage, and then he was being really boring, and I was like, you know what? I'm leaving you, and I'm going to hang out with this boy. And after that day, I was like, oh, he's actually really sweet. And I really like him. At first, I kept like inviting him.
We went to a horror movie, and
we made jokes. Like he made jokes the entire time, so it was like fun.
Made her laugh the whole time.
I would see him a lot because we would hang out as friends like all the time because like I wanted to get closer to him because I was like, oh, he's actually a really sweet person. So like I invited him to like bowling all the time and we would hang out actually a lot before I started liking him.
Fun fact, none of her friends like...
Oh, they all did not like him.
They didn't
like
like me. They thought I was like... They didn't like my style and like all that, and like they were all very protective of her. So I knew that I did not stand a chance unless I got her in like an environment where I could just like talk to her and like just be me with her because I was so awkward around.
If I actually like if Sage wasn't boring, then I probably would not be with you.
Shout out Sage.
Yeah, like actually thank you Sage for being so boring.
All right, so yeah, that was kind of the sum. Mine was our first day on set together is when I started getting interest, and I liked her more and more the more time I spent with her, and hers was the movies.
Yeah.
Next question, what was your first impression of each other? Maybe we kind of said that.
Yeah, like
I thought she was super sweet and amazing, and I wanted to get to know her more.
I thought, like, I was like, yeah, he's really sweet, but I feel like he just, because he was, the first day we hung out, like, he was, like, on set, he was kind of being, like, a little flirty, and I was like, I feel like he does this with a lot of girls, because he just, like, I don't know, yeah, I don't know, because he was talking to my friend for a second, so,
That was so long
it was
ago.
a long time ago. But I just heard some things and I was like, yeah, I don't think he really likes me. I thought he was just like...
I don't have a great reputation. Not for any particular reason.
No.
Just people assume just because of, like, the way I act and stuff. And I, like...
He doesn't act the same.
No. I like, struggle with, like, a lot of people would think I'm flirting with them, but, like, I wasn't. I just, like, have, like, I guess, like a natural flirt where people just think I'm flirting with them, but I wasn't, which gave me a bad reputation. But yeah, no, I did formally talk to one of her friends like a couple of years ago, and it was kind of awkward. So,
but it's funny now.
It's fun now.
It's honestly
so
funny.
We're all
now.
resolved. We asked each other out, and how? Not the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah. Well, he visited me on tour.
I surprised her in New York.
Not really.
Well, I tried to surprise her in New York. She knew about it.
I'm just really nosy.
Yeah, she was like she was sus because I was. It's almost like I kind of ruined it for myself because I was being kind of like sus about it. This is like we weren't dating yet, but we were like talking at this point.
Well, also you told me, you were like, I'm gonna come to New York and see you, and I was like,
yeah,
awesome.
I said that, and then I told her I couldn't. I told her that something came up. I told her I was filming and I couldn't come anymore.
And you know what like threw me off completely?
What?
Was when you were on FaceTime with me, and you were talking to your dad about, because he said he had to do a music video shoot, like randomly, and I was like, okay. And then his dad comes in the room, and then he's like, Dad, remember I have that video shoot? And his dad goes, what video shoot? And then Isaac mutes himself, puts his phone down, starts talking to his dad, and I'm like, and then goes, yeah, right, Dad? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, what?
My dad, I kind of just I was like worried that she was catching on, so I tried to play it, but my dad didn't play it off well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but long story short, I ended up coming to New York with efforts to surprise her. I had a feeling, well actually I didn't have a feeling, I kind of knew because Charlize told me that that she knew. So I wanted to do something, so I got her pink drink and
Roses.
bouquet of roses. So surprised her. I guess it was still a surprise because
It
she
was
didn't know when
surprise,
I was
yeah.
coming.
Well,
She just knew I was there.
Yeah,
So I surprised her, and then we like hung out, whatever, and then was it the day after?
The day after.
Yeah, the day after, we were in the room, and I don't know, I was just like, I knew that I was leaving again, and like we weren't gonna see each other for a bit. It was like what, late July 23rd or something like that, and I was like, it was like just turned 12. I was about to leave and head back to where I was staying, and
he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm really impulsive. And I'm like,
oh yeah, so I make this,
what?
like, I'm sitting there, and I was just like, you know what, like, I really like her, and like, I just need to go for it, and like,
and we were like laying down, he was like scratching my back or something, and he just like sits up on the edge of the bed, away from me, and I was like, what are you doing?
I take off, the bouquet of roses I got her the day before, I stand up, I walk over and grab the flower, I say some speech that I don't remember what I said because it wasn't planned, I literally came up with it right there on the spot, but I just told her, like, I'm very impulsive, and like...
No, before you did that whole thing, you literally sat up on the bed, and I was like, what are you doing? And you look at me, and you're like, I'm really impulsive, and I was like, I was like, okay. And then he just like lays back down, and he's just like being really weird, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, because in that moment, I was like contemplating, I was like, if she says no, then like it's gonna be very awkward, and like...
I wouldn't say no.
I was worried, and I was like in my own head, and like I didn't know what to say, but I was just like, you know what, like sometimes opportunities only come around once, and like she's leaving again, and like I just want to do it now. So I literally, like after that, I literally stand up, grab the rose, I come back, I like say this whole little speech to her, I asked her out, and then she said yes.
And then I started beating him with the rose. Like I started hitting him.
I said something. I said like I was like, I promise to always be like like super like always there for you and like
Yeah.
very protective of you and all that. And I go, and I'll bully you sometimes too. And then she grabs the rose and just starts beating me with the rose.
But the only reason why I like knew he was coming to New York was because I'm really stupid and I'm really nosy. And so he asked me for my mom's number like a couple days before I like figured out that he was coming. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check my mom's text messages. So I read through, and it was like him being like, yeah, I'm gonna come surprise her, blah, blah, blah. And I was like...
Because I had to know her room. And long story short, if I never would have talked to her mom, Shar, Abby, and Sage never said a word to her. They never told her a thing. They kept it a secret. So if I would have just coordinated with them, it would have actually been a surprise.
And the entire time, I kept saying to Shar and Abby, I was like, do you think he's gonna come? Do you think he's gonna... Like, I was, like, kind of asking for, like, reassurance because I was like, maybe he won't. Like, and they're like, I don't think he will.
And she didn't even know. I had Abby on Snapchat because, like, I DM'd her and she gave me her Snapchat and, like, I told her, she's like, yeah, that's so cute. But yeah, anyways, that's what happened. It was like early morning of July 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So technically like the 22nd, but it was early, and yeah, that's what happened. Last question, what's your favorite memory together? I'm gonna guess ours are probably different.
I have a lot, though.
I don't mind.
You go first.
I mean, like, it's not, like, I have a lot of memories with her, like, because we spend so much time
every
together.
Single day.
But, like, the first time, like, I don't know, it was like... Our fishy Finn. He's doing good. I saw a lot of questions asking how he's doing. He's doing good. He's healthy. He's eating a lot.
He's following my finger.
And he's following her finger now.
Look how cute he is.
Anyways, the first, like my favorite memory, which shouldn't be my favorite memory, was when I went to Santa Barbara and I got stung by the stingray. Which is very weird for me to say is my favorite memory.
Definitely not my favorite memory, but
it's the reason why it's my favorite.
Well, because you said you loved me.
It wasn't necessarily like a great experience, but like it was like the first time in like a while that like I felt like genuine care and like literally the entire time I was stung, like she sat with me and took care of me in that bathroom
5 hours
while I bled into a thing, feeling like absolute garbage. It was awful, and like. She, like, literally, I kept telling her, I was like, you don't have to sit here, like, there's nothing that's gonna change, like, I just have to sit here. And she didn't leave me, like, she literally sat there with me the entire time. And, yeah, it was that day that after, like, things wrapped up, I told her, I was like, I know it's pretty fast, but, like, I just, like, want you to know that I genuinely love you so much, because, like, it was very special for her to, like, do that. Like, she didn't have to do that, and, like, I don't know, it was a very emotional day on all sides. So it was just, it was really good, and I think that like that's like my favorite standout memory for like all those reasons.
I have a lot. I think my favorite, like, because, I can't. Was it our 3-month?
Which one?
The museum.
Which museum?
The Getty.
Oh, when we had the picnic?
Yeah.
And that was for our 2 months.
No, our 2-month anniversary, he took me to the Getty, which, like, no one hate on me, but I don't really like art. like, not art, but, like, old art.
Like Victorian
Like,
stuff.
yeah, I just, like, it's very pretty. I'm just not like, wow.
Yeah.
But we had a cute little picnic, and...
There's this really pretty garden outside of the Getty, which you can see online, and it's, like, beautiful, and I remember seeing it when I was a little kid, and I remember thinking as a little kid, I was like, if I ever have a girlfriend, I'm gonna take her here.
Yeah, it was really cute and special, and he made me PB&Js. That's my favorite. And, no, I think it was, like, that time where we, like, got really comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Because, like, before we were kind of, not awkward, but, like, it was just very, like, cutesy and, like...
We things happened pretty fast from, like, the time that we started hanging out to, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Lots happened in that time, but like it was very fast. So like we're growing closer as like friends, but also as like a couple at the same time, and it's really special.
No, we're like in the beginning we were like not comfortable with each other, but it was just like that when you start dating, it's like.
Yeah, no.
But now like
it's like and like obviously
just,
like, we
whatever.
both have had traumatic relationships in the past. So it's sort of like for both of us, like we went in with like caution, but like I knew from the start that like she was gonna be someone that like I love and like always want to be with, and that's why I put so much effort. And you guys, even like in the beginning, like it was
They're
really
shipping us.
It was, no, opposite. When
really?
Yeah, in the
I feel like they've
I never
always
talked
liked
about
me.
it, but like in the beginning, like a lot of people, like I didn't care to like talk about the stuff that was going on, so like a lot of people were just like very sussed out about me, and like I felt very down because I like your supporters, which is like a second family to you, was already just like despising me.
Right. But now they like literally,
Like we were literally
love us.
throughout the entire time that like all that stuff was going on, we were literally dating. We just weren't talking about it because
Yeah.
we didn't really talk about dating until a little while after we started, like a month
Yeah.
to a month and a half. We didn't really tell anyone, mainly because we just wanted to make sure that it was.
Well, we
good for
weren't.
us.
We actually weren't planning to like anytime. Like we just weren't planning to.
No,
it's
yeah.
not like
We
it's
were
not-
like,
we
okay,
don't
let's
want-
reveal.
it's
Like, it was
yeah.
just-
It's dumb. Like if you're dating someone just for that, it's just stupid.
It was just like we just realized like it just happened.
So
and it was
yeah,
just,
we
like,
just wanted to keep it
yeah.
on the down low. But then Bryce just decided to
Oh, Bryce.
kind of expose us.
Yeah.
So thanks,
Bryce
Bryce.
put me in the most uncomfortable situation before I've ever been in. I literally did not know how to handle myself that video.
It was he looked so uncomfortable, and it was so funny.
Literally didn't know what to do. She
I-
was laughing about it.
No,
wasn't
I
laughing.
don't like. I don't care. It's just like my past relationship. Like he wanted to like be public for like, you know,
Right.
the publicity,
Right.
and I just like hate that, and he feels the same way.
Yeah.
So like we don't date for publicity. It's dumb.
Yeah. No, we just like we like a lot of stuff. Like we spend a lot of time together.
And we do not
But
post
we
everything.
don't like, post about it. Like we like do this stuff just because like
It's
you
fun.
guys,
Yeah.
it's fun and like it's really sweet to like bring you guys in and kind of let you guys know at a
Well, yeah.
comfortable pace. But I don't think everything needs to be documented. I think
Like
there's,
if we get in a fight, we're not gonna film. We got in a fight. Clickbait.
no, definitely not. But
It's dumb.
but no, this is I can definitely say as our closer. This is by far my best relationship, the happiest I've probably ever been. I love this girl with all my heart. She's my best friend, and
I love you.
I love you more. And yeah, I'm really happy we could bring you guys in and let you guys know some stuff about us. Yeah, so leave a like on the video. Sorry if we were a little boring. We're very
I'm
tired.
so tired.
It's been a very long day, but we just want to do this because I want to stay true to my promise of posting every Sunday. So yeah, lots
He's
of.
very dedicated.
I'm very dedicated. I want to do this. Carrie said I made a bet to do this seriously, so I want to.
I
take it
suck at
seriously.
YouTube, man. I really suck
I
at
really I want to do this as just a test to just like prove that I can stay consistent with something, and I notice you guys love it a lot and I love it a lot, and right now I'm happy and I'm gonna keep doing it until I don't like doing it. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want to see next, and yeah, I'll see you next Sunday with a new video.
Love you, bye.
Love you guys.